Hello, I'm Kristen Lee and my friends. um, so this is September's wrap up, and I'll see you at the end. What poor child. Could you just see like a kid's just running up to the kid? Does it work? Yeah. Just pushing all the buttons. Oh, he's cool. Which one? No. Which one is it? Sitter of Souls? Oh no, that's you. Ooh, a cauldron. Look at the little baby one. Oh, that's the baby one.
I will invade your dreams and your mind. You cannot stop the inevitable.
It's such a drag being a maid in this forsaken place. Seems that the more I dust, the more spiderwebs that appear.
I love
and there's
those
always
shoes.
so much blood to bleed. You know, I'm just going to start using the
Next year, you're coming home, dude.
Ugh.
Give it to me. Yes. Let it fester.
Alright, so today's the day. I chickened out, okay. I had asked a bunch of friends whether or not I should dye my hair, like probably the beginning of September. It's towards the end now. And two things. It was still hot as hell, and I was afraid that all my hard work was gonna get washed away into the pool. But this year, our pool isn't heated. I know, first world problems, but because of that, I don't think we're gonna be swimming as much as we did last year. Two, it's been a while since I've done my own hair. I did it during the panini and changed it as, you know, I wanted to. I found, ooh. Hold on. Ugh. Madison Reed. And I also used, what else was the other company? What is it? Overtone. That was the other one. To like play with things. So I was gonna do it. And then I was like, well, I really like the highlights because the highlights have stayed pretty well. Excuse me, ma'am? But the thing that was driving me nuts, do you see that? My Bride of Frankenstein. They're driving me crazy. I see them all the time. You probably don't see them, but I see them. So I want to change. So we're going red. And I'm going to multitask. I'm going to dye my hair. I'm going to work out. And then I'll be back. Okay, it's been a while. I don't remember if I ever showed this. So this is what the kit looks like when you buy from them. Your color comes in this. The tube looks like that. It goes into this thing and you shake it up. But they give you, sorry, I had to sneeze. They give you gloves, they give you a cap, they give you barrier cream, shampoo and conditioner, a cleansing wipe. They come in handy. And they come in handy for cleaning around your sink too. And then the seal, that's extra. I think it's like $5 extra. So here we go. The red is on. Now I gotta put the cap on. It is time. Well, at least it took. Now I get to rinse. Like, I don't hate it. Hold on. You'll be able to see better than I can. But that's what it looks like in the sun. but I'm kind of happy with it. I'm in the middle of decorating. Got my sisters here, and then they're too tall. I have no idea where they're gonna go. But anyway, I've been waiting all month for, that's all it is, Fairy Loot to come. I've been on the wait list since December. Yeah, I think I've been almost a year. All I wanted was the adult book, and it's a book subscription box, but they're supposed to be the prettiest books ever. And oh no, they're the crunchy things, the little packing peanuts. Oy. I want to get in beneath the mask. I didn't see anybody post if they got theirs yet. But yeah, I think this is gonna have to be in my background now. But I want to get like the sisters like on like maybe books or something and make them go higher. And then I found these little tiny microphones because I always want to go to the Boogie Bash, but financially I'd rather bring the Boogie Bash to me. So this is the adult box, and the book that I got was Son of Blood and Ruin. Uh-oh. Phew! Bless me. It is a gender-bent Zorro fantasy retelling featuring a heroic warrior sorceress, a pursuit of justice, and shape-shifting Mesoamerican, killed that, mythology. Awesome. Okay, so it comes in a bag. And the reveal. So pretty. Look at that. Aw. That's cool. And it's like a little story from Marley. That's pretty. And then this is the book on the side. And then the in cover. That's pretty. Look at that. Look at that. And then you can flip the cover over so that you can have this side instead. Let me see it. Would you open? Pretty. That's cool. I like this cover better though. And then I don't know if I'm going to read it this month. I might read it in November. But cool beans. I'm on the list. I can't wait for October. Yeah. Fairy Loot. Yay. Beetlejuice bed is up. Now I just gotta work on all this. Figure out. And I'm missing stuff. So that's kind of the start of my idea. So this is where I'm at. Do I want to go up? I don't know. I do this every month. And then I lose my angle when I go to shoot again. But this is my idea, and then I want to get them microphones. And then, this is what that's looking like. So, not too bad. All right, so September was like, it's kind of boring in the beginning. We were trying to get back into our groove. Poor little bro, he's been getting sick left and right. Just getting kid germs and stuff. And then, I'm trying to think of what else. We just had a crazy weekend, so that's where my brain's at. We ended the month on a really happy family note. We went to Underwood Farms, which is the really big farm we went to around Easter time. And they had like a fall fest, and it was just opening up September 30th. And it was supposed to thunderstorm where we live. But at the farm, it was saying that it was just going to be like an overcast kind of day. So we're like, all right, we're going to try. You'll see in the video, like, it is just raining for a good part of the drive there. And I swore my dad was going to turn around. So we ended up getting there, and it was such a great day. So, trying to think what else we did. Little bro had his first parent-teacher conference. For my friends on the East Coast, I know that sounds weird because it's like September, but they did start in the beginning of August. And I have to keep reminding myself of that. I'm trying to think. I did some stuff with my spooky siblings. I did a scavenger hunt, and I had 3 winners that I sent boxes to. I started shopping for my person, and I sent her first part last week, and then I'm gonna send her box this week. And then this might be going up around Bunny's birthday. So Bunny, if you're watching, happy birthday. I sent her box out. I finally got our yard decorations. I got these decorations down. We were trying to do it all month, but our HOA said that they couldn't go up until the last week of September. And, my dad had some medical stuff going on, so I didn't, and he doesn't like me up on the ladder. So we got that stuff down. Trying to think of what else we did. I don't know. And then these are the books. Well, I usually say over here, but it's not gonna be over here. It's gonna be here. And my top 3 reads of the month were Howl's Moving Castle. This is one of my favorite Studio Ghibli animated movies. And my friend had gotten this, I think at his wife's job. I'm not sure. And I was so excited, so he gave it to me. He goes, you'll read it before I would. Hold on one second. Oh, little bro is making monster alphabet. But anyway, so I finally got around to reading Howl's Moving Castle. I think I'm going to continue on because it's a series. There are certain things of the cartoon that I love more than the book, and then there are things in the book that happened that I loved more than the movie. One of the things that I wish that they had kept is Calcifer in the book. He is like the really, really hot part of fire. So he's like blue-green because he's a demon in the book. But in the animated movie, he looks like this. And he is, he looks like fire. And he's my favorite character even in this. I immersion read this, and the person that narrated was fantastic. It brought me back to my childhood, like when I used to sit down with my Teddy Ruxpin, and he used to tell me stories. That's how I felt reading this book, so I loved it. Making room. This Delicious Death was really good. It's about 4 teenage girls, and it's the first of like music festivals after something called the Hallowing. And basically it's this zombie apocalypse that happened, and it's kind of like, what did they say it was like? iZombie meets something else. I forgot where I was. Oh, Delicious Death. So anyway, so the zombies, like, they turn into these really like funky ghoul type things with like sharp teeth and claws, and they just look really gaunt and scary. But then they shrink back into their human form after they eat. So it's about these 4 girls that end up becoming friends in high school because they are considered hollows? Was that what they were called? I don't remember exactly what they were called. I think so. And anyway, so in a normal school setting, they wouldn't have been friends, but because they all have this thing together, they become friends, and it's their summer before college, and they finally are opening up like music festivals and stuff. It's based in California, so it's kind of like oh my gosh, what's the big one that all of the influencers and everybody goes to? Give me a second. Coachella. I had to ask my electronic friend because my brain is fried and I've only had a few sips of coffee. So it's kind of like Coachella. And one of their friends is an influencer. Another one used to be a cheerleader. One used to be like the Wednesday Addams of the group, basically. You know, your typical teen rom-com thing. And they end up meeting one of the newbie bands that one of the girls just loves, and they go to a VIP party, and one of the girls gets drugged, and things start happening at the festival, and the CDC gets called in, and it's really well done. I mean, it was a good ride. I liked it. I loved Celeste. I thought she was fantastic. It was, and that was the other thing, is that they had to come up with a food source because, you know, they didn't have enough dead bodies to feed all these people that are now like zombie type things. So they came up with like synthetic flesh, which is kind of like tofu, or you know. So I thought that was really cool, and like they had vendors at this festival that, you know, seasoned the food. It was a good ride. So if you're looking for a zombie teeny, you know, campy fun time, this was good. And then on that same thread of a teeny good time was You're Not Supposed to Die Tonight. Oh my gosh, I loved it. It's based off of it's not based off of anything real, but the idea is there's this camp that they have redone to have like simulations of a famous slasher movie. It's a lot like Crystal Lake from Friday the 13th. But their slasher is totally different, and Anyway, so people pay to go to this thing, and you have to sign a waiver, and they can push you, and they make you feel like you're actually going through it. And whoever survives the night gets a t-shirt and whatever. So this is about the head counselor or head, person that does it, and stuff starts happening the last night of, the season, because they do it during the summer. And the ending was really cool. It was really cool. It was kind of creepy. And it had cult in it, and it was, in the woods, and they didn't have cell service, and so you had that, like, what are they gonna do? Like, how are they gonna survive? So this was really good. And then a runner-up for this month was The Discovery of Witches. If you watch the show, it's a lot like the show where I left off at the halfway mark on the show. The halfway mark in the book. It's such a slow burn. Like, if you had turned on the kettle and you know that you're going to read, so you put it on, like, the lowest level, but you're afraid, like, if a wind or a breeze went by, it would go out. It's that slow burn. Like, it's just, it takes a minute to get through. But once you get through the halfway mark, the ride starts, and it's really, really good. I don't love the main characters very much. Like, they're cool, and I like the guy over the girl. I can't remember what his name is. Matthew Claremont is the vampire, and it's okay. But I like the side characters more than I like the main characters. But it's still an awesome ride. And I wish I had saved this for what I'm doing now, which is the Monster Mash, because it has demons, it has vampires, it has witches, and it has ghosts. And I could have hit up my bingo board that I'm going to show you in a second. But anyway, yeah, it kind of reminded me of the Mayfair Witches. So if you could get through the witching hour, pick up this book. You might like it. But yeah, one of my side characters that I loved is Diana's aunt's house. It's so cool. So yeah, so that was my runner-up. And then I am currently, get on there, don't fall. I'm currently doing the Monster Mash reading challenge, readathon thing. This is the board, and it's just for fun to see who can get bingo. And I know a lot of people in the Discord are trying to, what are they trying to, they're trying to do a coverall. I'll be proud of myself if I get a bingo. If I get a couple bingos, I'll be even more proud of myself. But there's a few, like, there's tentacles and there's gargoyles. And, like, I know some books, but I don't know if I'm going to get to them, because the whole idea for me was to get through my physical TBR. Excuse me. And it is run by Hannah Blackwell and a whole bunch of other hosts. And for it, I bought one of her bookmarks. Oops. I don't know if this is one of the hand-dyed ones, but I will link her video where she explains about these and her new Etsy shop and her new Patreon that I'm a part of and all that good stuff. Plus, I'll link the Hideaway Discord and what else? I think that's good. If I think of it, I'll put her Etsy shop too, but no promises. because, like I said, I'm not that far into my coffee. And we have the plumber coming. That was another thing that happened this month, is we, my sink in my bathroom, we had the kids over. Oh, I thought he was crying. We had his friends over, and a few days later all this leaking started happening. So I think the kids like lift themselves up on my sink, and it pulled it just so when you turned on the water, anyway, we had a plumber come, and he was like, this is more than I have time to do. You got to recall us and we'll come back. My dad's like, I just spent a pretty penny for this guy for 2 hours putzing around in that bathroom. I'm not going to call him again because there was other things they had to do. But it didn't take 2 hours to do. He was just trying to get, you know, that fee. So, you hear him? And so anyway, so my dad's like, I'll try and do it. So we got all the parts and everything like that. But plumbing is not something that my dad can do. So he got all the parts and put them all together and everything like that. But he's like, I know me, and I'm going to get really frustrated if I can't get everything to line up just so. So he's like, you know what? I'll call. Because my stepmom was like, just call the people. You know, that's their job. Have them come do it, and then it's done. You have all the parts, so you don't have to, you know, pay for them to go pick up anything. So that's happening today in a couple of hours. But anyway, back to my readathon. Oh, he's in the bathroom. I finished this one. So now I only have one more Lindsay Sands book to finish this month. And then I got the 3 books that I wanted to finish. So that's done. This was really good. I was impressed with her. One of the characters had HIV, and it kind of brought that. Oh my gosh, I forgot to add one of my other favorite books to last month. Anyway, not a problem. Anyway, so welcome to my brain. This was really good. I read it in a day, so this was good. And then I'm currently physically reading this one, which is based in 1991, and the main character is like the goth girl going into a boarding school. We'll see how it is. I started it at like 6 o'clock this morning. Don't recommend. Fell right back asleep. So I'm hoping that it gets better. And then I'm listening to this one. Oops, this one. So far it is a snore fest. It's about this girl that's learning how to do seances. And it started off cool. Like, there's a whole list of things that they have to do to, you know, talk to the dead and everything like that, but it's just boring. They go to England and they have to do all these British type paperwork stuff, and I'm like, this better pick up, because I'm 6 chapters in, and I'm just like, I kept falling asleep listening to the lady. The other book that I did want to put on people's radar was Wayward. I'll put a picture. It's about generational trauma, but they're witches. And that's all I'm going to say about it, because it's better to go in blind. There are some triggers, so if you do not like books with a DV or anything like that, maybe that's not your book. But I thought it was a beautiful book. It's very heartbreaking. I cried, which is very hard for me to do. So, that's enough about books. Sorry if I bored you. I will let you know how I do with the Monster Mash. And I think, because I took so much time about books, let's open up another reading challenge. Because I forgot that I had it until I cleaned my room. Read a book you selected based purely on its cover design, which definitely open was this book. This book. Thought it was awesome cover design. Hello? Ooh, what are you? I don't want to rip the little envelope thing. Oh. What is it? I think it's a magnet? I think it's a magnet. Not sure. Because it kind of opens up. It's a bookmark magnet. What? Okay, hold on. Okay, so ready? That's fabulous. I love it. But I already read this one, so you can't go on there. Okay, so that is me rambling for 15 minutes about nothing. And if you stayed around, thanks. And I hope you're having a great day and a great week. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.